Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing two different sleeves. One complete sleeve and then the two-piece sleeve that you would place on a blazer. It's all from the same pattern, so it just makes sense to put it all in the same video. So let's get to it. Okay, so here are some of the basic things that you're going to need. If you have not taken my basic bodice class, then you won't have this. And it may not, this sleeve may not work for the bodice that you have, but this is for the students that have taken my class and they need to see this video over again. But you would need that basic bodice pattern. You would need measuring tape, something to mark with, some scissors, of course, that's for your paper, your curved ruler, straight edge ruler, and the paper, of course. Okay, the first thing you want to do is fold your paper in half. And I normally work with the fold closest to me. Okay, so this side over here is open. Here's the fold over here on this side. And the first thing you want to do is, this is going to be the top of your sleeve. And you can see my paper isn't even, so I need to make sure that I have a starting point at the top of my paper for my sleeve. So I'm just going to take a marker and just mark a straight line across. I made sure that my paper was much longer than I needed, just in case my paper wasn't even at the top, okay? Okay, now the next thing you want to do is get your measuring tape. And like I said, this is the fold side over here closest to me. So I'm going to go down, place my marker right up here at the top of this line that I just made. And I'm going to go down as long as you want your sleeve. I usually suggest making it long sleeve, and then you could place your other markers where you want it for short sleeve, quarter length sleeves, or whatever. You know, you already have a basic sleeve and it'll be long sleeve. So I'm going to place a mark for my sleeve here. And then I'm just going to take my straight edge ruler and mark a line straight across with my red marker. Just make a horizontal line all the way across. So this is the top up by the shoulder, and down here is the wrist, okay? Okay, so now the next measurement is going to be up here at the top around your shoulder. So in order to find this measurement right here, you're going to take your bust, divide it by 12, and you're going to add a ½ inch. Okay? So to get this measurement right here, you're coming down from this line. It is your bust divided by 12 plus ½ inch. So mine is 3½ inches. I'm coming down and I'm going to place my mark. Then I'm going to get my ruler and I'm trying to get my line straight. Okay, and I'm just going to draw a line there. Okay. Okay, so for the next measurement, you will need your basic bodice. Okay, we're going to take this measurement up here from the shoulder. We're going to go all the way down, and this is above the chest. This is the bust down here. We're not going all the way down to the chest. This is above the bust. Mine is 8, and then I need to add this negative ease over here, which makes it 9. There's an inch over here. So going down is 8, and adding that negative ease is 9. So I will go over here to the line, this last line we just made. And I will go over 9 and place my mark there, okay? Okay, so now once that is done, we're gonna go here to my 9-inch mark, and we're gonna come all the way over here to the fold right here at the corner there, and we're gonna make a line. And then we're gonna get our measuring tape and we'll measure it and find the midpoint. And it's right there. Okay, after you have found the midpoint, you want to go up 1/2 of an inch. Above that. And then you want to curve this. Curve this over here. And then you want to take and just make a slant from that midpoint over there. Okay. Okay. We just made the back armhole. Now we need to make the front armhole. Okay. And in order to do that, we need to take the midpoint and bring it around. Okay. You're going to bring it around. This is the back. And then we're going to do the front. Okay, so I placed the front armhole in green, so you can see the difference between that and that one at the top is in red, which is the back armhole. Okay. Okay, so the next thing is to do your wrist. My wrist is small, but I usually make it a little bit larger than what my wrist is because I don't really want it to be so tight. So I usually do mine about 4 inches. So you're going to take your ruler and you're going to mark 4 inches. You're going to mark 4 inches. And then once you do that, you just want to go ahead and take this line all the way up. Oops, my ruler moved. Okay, so now you have your basic sleeve. And now the next thing to do is to cut it out. When you cut it out, you want to make sure that you cut out the back first. Cut it completely out and cut the back. Okay, once you got this cut out, you want to open it up and then you can cut out the front. The front is just going to be cut out on this side, and you want to make sure that you label. This is the front and this is the back of the sleeve, okay? So now I will cut out the front. Okay, now you have your basic sleeve, okay? You want to stay tuned if you're interested in the 2 two-piece sleeve for blazers, jackets, and things like that. If not, thanks for watching my video, and I hope you come back. Okay, thank you for joining me for the two-piece sleeve. You need the sleeve that we just made, okay? And so I got it labeled on this side. That's the back of it. That's the front of it. This is the sleeve that I just made. So the first thing you want to do is you want to fold it in half. And you don't want to worry about getting it all straight. You're getting it even at one time. You want to make sure that these points right here are even and right in the center of your paper. So I usually hold it here, go down, hold it, press it down as I'm going, okay? Just make sure that you keep this centered. Okay. Okay, so now after that, you want to grab your other, your blank pattern paper, place this on top of it, and just trace it all the way around. So I'm going to get my marker. I'm going to turn it this way, though. And I'm going to just trace it. If you feel like you need weights or something, or if you need to tape it down, you can do that as well. I'm just holding pretty firm to it so it doesn't move on me. In this way, you don't mess up your original sleeve pattern when you do it like this. Now, you could have made it from this, but you want to save your original pattern. Okay, if your paper is see-through, my pattern is now underneath my paper. If it's see-through, I wanted to show you, you can also place it underneath and trace it. Just like that. I will remove it from underneath there. And the next thing that you want to do is you want to find where your elbow is, because that's what we're going to be adjusting this pattern for, is so that this sleeve fits, you know, a moving part like your arm, and it's not, you know, just a straight piece. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to bend this sleeve toward the front, and you see I've labeled my front and my back. So now I know this is the front over here. I'm just going to come in about an inch. In fact, I'm going to do this in a different color because it's going to look crazy in just a second. Okay, and then I just want to connect this to this. Just like that. You can come in a half an inch, or I came in an inch, But if you want to, you know, make adjustments here, you can do that. But I've done an inch on here, okay? Okay, I apologize. I thought I had the camera on. This slant line down here, it's like at 90 degrees. So starting right here at this line, you're just gonna draw a line that's about 90 degrees, just like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna, my wrist is 4 inches. So I wanna make sure that this is 4 inches. So from here, from this line right here, I'm gonna add 2 inches on this side of it, and I'm gonna add 2 inches on this side of it. This is gonna be the new wrist area here, okay? So I'm gonna go 2 inches. That's my 2 inches on that side, and this is my 2 inches on this side. So it's still 4 inches, okay? Okay, so now I'm gonna try to use my green marker. So now what we need to do is we need to connect these to the elbow. Actually, let me just make my elbow so it's clear exactly where it is. This is where the elbow line is, right here. So now what we need to do is we need to connect our new 4-inch wrist, or whatever your measurements are. To here. Okay. I want to make sure that y'all can see this. I don't use this pen. And from there, from this elbow line down there. Okay, so that's making our, or my new wrist area. It's going to be this wide here, down here. Okay. Okay, so again, I've made a new line, so I'm going to squiggle out the old, because you can see that still. I'm going to squiggle out all of the old. And I put that over there because I thought that that was my front over there on that side. So this is where it's going here, over, and back up here. So it's slanted this way, you know, so my arm can move like that. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to take a 1/2 inch over here from the wrist all the way up to here. Again, from the wrist all the way up to here. I want to take a 1/2 inch away. Okay. I'm just going to use this. This is smaller. Okay. And now I'm going to take a 1/2 inch on this side. And this is along the new line, okay? Then I want to take my straight edge ruler. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fold this over. I'm not sure if you can see through my paper, but I can see through my paper. So you put another piece of paper um, on top. And trace. I went a little bit. Let's sit down so I can see. And I'm tracing the lines that I just made. That's what I am tracing now, which is the under part of the sleeve. Okay. Okay. So it'll look something like this. I'll cut it out. Okay, so I cut it out. And you also want to make sure that you label the front side of this part of the sleeve and the back side of this part of the sleeve. So this is the back of the sleeve, but it would go this way. And if you notice, you can kind of see the curve in it. So if this is the front side, and if I was using it on the other sleeve, I would just flip it, and this would be the front of the under part of the sleeve. Okay, so now what we need to do, hopefully I left myself enough room here, is we need to take this 1/2 of an inch that we placed over here on this side and this side, we need to put it on the outside of this upper sleeve, okay? So if your paper is thin enough where you can actually see through it, let me cut this part off. I can see the red. Let's see if I can see. Okay. I can't see it as well. But if your paper is thin enough where you can see it, you can fold it and do it that way. Or just get your measuring tape and mark it. So we're putting this 1/2 of an inch back out here. We're going to put it out for the seam allowance, okay? So go around and make your few dots. This is, hold on, let me do it with this. Use this part. So you're going to do this on both sides of this new slanted part of the sleeve, okay? I know you have a bunch of lines and it can get confusing, so make sure that you're adding this in the right spot, okay? So once you do that on both sides, and you're just going to get your straight edge ruler and mark it out. I'll do the other side off camera. So, okay. Oh, I can't get you to lay straight for nothing. Okay, there we go. I think my tape right here is in my way. Okay, so I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now I've added that. It looks even crazier, but I added the seam allowance out here and out here, and it slants in here because the sleeve slants in. And just make sure that you connect these up here, okay? Now I'm gonna just cut it out. And I'm just gonna cut it like this first. Okay. And then I'm gonna come over here, cut this side. And then I want to go here and cut this because this is the upper sleeve. Make sure you label this upper sleeve. Make sure you label that upper sleeve. And this is the under sleeve. This is the sleeve that would go, you know, at the back of the sleeve. So if you want to, you can make some markings so that when you are putting it together, you can match these markings, make notches. So you got markings on your upper and under sleeve now. Okay, so I know that was a bit much for that last sleeve, but you could go back and watch it over. If you have any questions, you can either leave it down in the comments, or if you have my email address, sewwithkimberly@gmail.com, you can send me a message there. But these are the sleeves you want to put on your blazer, okay? You don't want the one sleeve. Now, I do one sleeves every once in a while for myself on a blazer, but I'm not going to put anything underneath it usually. So it's okay that it's just the one sleeve. And you could do one sleeve, but it looks more professional if you do the two sleeves, okay? Another thing I didn't mention is when you are doing finding the length of your sleeve, um, you should add your seam allowance to the length of it at the beginning. It's just a habit for me to do, and of course I forgot to even mention that at the beginning. So if you did not do it, you have not cut your pieces out, or if you have cut it out, you could just add half-inch seam allowance all the way around except for the shoulder area. So you're not going to do it here. You're just going to do it on either side, half of an inch, and you're going to do about an inch, inch and a half. It just depends on if you're lining it or not. If I line it, I use an inch. If I don't line it, I do a half of an inch. So you just kind of play with it and tell me what you think, okay? I hope y'all enjoyed it, and thank you so much for joining me here, and I hope you come back for some more videos. Y'all have a wonderful day.